for our organisers, Professor Andrew Dempster and Professor Serkan Saydam, for your final comments.
Yeah,
please.
So, I don't know where this pub is, but, you know, see Paddy for the details. Should be high priority for a lot of people, I expect. All right, so we've had a good couple of days, and we've been we've interacted with the miners. But events like this don't happen by accident. So I'd like to thank Tim for his chairing this afternoon and all the chairs. So there's been a number: Naomi, me, Serkan. Who else has chaired the session? Someone else chaired the session yesterday. So could you thank the session chairs and all the speakers that has made this such an interesting couple of days, and the panel. Well, some of whom weren't speakers, agreed. Thank the panel. Can we thank our volunteers, which are students, and Jun Wayne, who's been the interviewer of the internet-connected people. The most effort, of course, and for services beyond the course of duty, Cheryl behind, just stood behind. Okay, so I sort of reflected a little bit on what has changed at this point where we are compared to when we ran the forum first 2 years ago. And I think some of the discussion about ISRU is a bit more nuanced now. I mean, I was just thinking today about where mining sits with just the terms, off-earth mining or mining, and ISRU, how they fit together. I think ISRU, if you're going to use that term, is sort of useful and not useful. In a way, it's quite a high-level thing that someone made a point earlier that we don't really care about mining. What we care about is the product at the end of the day. If you want a girder to build your building, you don't care whether it was mined or whatever, you need the girder. But as Serkan has pointed out to me, he's a mining engineer, remember, that look around you. Everything you see was either mined or farmed. Every single thing, except the people, I guess. So mining does play its part, right? I think so thinking about ISRU and saying, yes, we want the product is a good way of thinking about it. My problem with that term and the way that it's been used is it's too generic, it doesn't get down into details, and it doesn't tell you how to get things done. Whereas the approach that Serkan has brought to this topic is getting into that detail. And what we've seen in the intervening period is particularly some of the student contributions are getting into that detail and showing us really how to start doing some of this stuff. So I think that's been good. The companies that were founded before the first forum all still exist. They're all doing better business now than they were then. So, unlike some Australian space businesses in the last couple of years, which reminds me of who the other chair was, those businesses are still going, right? Plus, there have been others, the ones that are responding to the space the X Prize. So it's growing. The discipline or the area is growing. Which leads us to think what's going to happen next. So the plan for this event is that we will have another one in 2 years, so we'll stick with the 2-year program. The current proposal is that we would coordinate it in some way or other with the International Astronautical Congress, which is going to be in Adelaide in September 2017. And in order to exploit people going to that event, we might run it the week before or the week after, so that people can come, make a single trip, and in that trip do both things. I don't think I have much else to say.
Andrew,
Mark has something to say?
are these presentations all going to go up on the web?
Our intention is that they do. I think last time all of them did. It will be up to each individual presenter to release their slides, but last time everyone did. So you should have a reasonable expectation that they'll be up.
Also, every presentation that gave permission has been live streamed to YouTube, which is up now on our ACSER YouTube page.
That's available after.
Okay. I think that's about it for me.
I'll just say, yep, Mark.
Another question. Yesterday, Andrew, you raised the idea
you're
of
right.
a
Journal.
journal.
Yes, which I even had on my piece of paper. Yes, right. So the journal thing. Sorry. What I think what we'll do is probably just contact everyone and ask for input. The question about what sort of journal would be, some people have asked me. The idea is that it would be a peer-reviewed type journal. Some of the ideas that we've been kicking around would include the first couple of issues being subject-specific, so and invited. So we might have a special issue on the legal side of mining in space, another one on the ethics, another one on the business cases, and so on. Ultimately, we would be looking to be a general purpose reactive type journal where people would send stuff in, and but the idea is it will be peer reviewed, so all of the papers, even the invited ones, would go for peer review. But that's just some of the proposals we have at the moment.
High quality.
Yeah, we're going for quality. Like we ultimately would want to have a high impact factor, high, ERA ranking as we go along. Otherwise, it's not really worth our effort getting involved in something like that. Did anyone have any questions? So, I introduced the idea yesterday. Does anyone have any questions on the journal thing?
It's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Yes.
I just want to say, I think it's a terrific idea, but we don't have an Australian-based space industry kind of journal of any kind. I think it's about time that we did, and I think given the sort of proactive leadership around this topic that particularly the UNSW informed, I think it's very timely, and I would fully support that idea.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else comments or questions?
Yeah.
Off-earth mining's a great title for it.
Off-earth mining?
It's a good journal title.
That's the one I proposed, but they came back with an alternative. So, but I don't mind a fight.
How about solar system resources?
No.
We've got counter proposals. Maybe we can ask for counter proposals when we
That name was used by Hayne Benaroya in a web-based journal. So I don't know.
So it could be open source journal. We haven't decided. Right.
Yeah.
Could you discuss why you want to keep it subject specific instead of multidisciplinary?
No, I'm talking about individual issues. Early issues would be subject specific. So one issue on law, one issue on business. Partly initially to make sure that we get full-sized issues, but as we go along, it would be, it would be in sections. I mean, the only example I can think of is electronics letters that has sort of sections, and I imagine there are other journals that have, yeah.
The idea of starting off with 2 or 3 issues on very specific subjects is a great idea, because then you've got the state of the art encapsulated in one place, which then other people will refer to. So
Yeah.
it's a really good idea.
That was part of the thinking behind that, because at the moment it would be nice to just put a stake in the ground and say this is where we are. I mean, we don't want to be here, but this is where we are now. Yeah.
Having the first ones as space law and space business also starts you out as a multidisciplinary journal.
Right.
That's not we are space engineers. This is stuff that didn't get accepted for AIAA or whatever the heck.
Which is why the space engineering is completely the wrong title. That was what the Taylor and Francis came back with.
I think off-earth mining is good. We just want to establish that terminology anyway.
Right.
But one thing I want to continue this discussion. There is a society called Society of Mining Professors, SOMP. So that's a worldwide group, Leslie might heard, as mining professor. So I'm a member and I'm the director of the research of this group and research and development. And as part of that group, we initiated a new project called Minds of the Future. We already collected the information. We've done a couple of workshops, and we decided that we'll have some chapters, and one of them novel mining methods and future mining methods, which in sub-chapter will be off-earth mining off-earth mining. So if you want to contribute, I need half a page or 1 page, just your notes, and then I will properly, merge with this information, maybe 5-6 pages.
Okay, hold on. Are you asking for presenters at this forum to give you something like an abstract?
No, if you are interested, and if you want to know about more, then I can send you the information. I don't want to waste your time. It's going to be, general topic is the minds of the future, but I have some questions that you will answer, and then we'll collect this information in the committee, editorial committee. Then it's going to be off-earth mining sub-chapter under the novel mining methods. If you're interested, contact me. I might put even some information to the ACSER website.
Yeah. Well, possibly what will happen is this event is not over. You can expect to hear from us on the journal. You can expect to hear from us on the song chapter.
Another thing, it's been a great journey. We started this in end of 2012, the first ideas, and we ran the 13 February first forum, and then after that, my life changed. So I didn't know anything about space. I learned a lot, and Andrew learned a lot about mining, I guess.
No, I was about to say that I haven't learned anything, so.
Anyway, so
I just like the pictures. It looks very nice.
Future Mining Conference series really was a great journey as well. 2008, 2011, now this year 2015. So next one will be most probably 18 or 19. So if we do the 17, the third of earth mining, maybe fourth one can also be merged in 19. So we will discuss that.
Yeah. So these are all just ideas at the moment.
The back-to-back with IAF in, did you say Adelaide?
Yeah.
Is that going to be physically in Adelaide?
No. So the proposal we have on the table at the moment is that Adelaide is focused on that week, and the weeks before and the weeks after, the other major cities will run events for specifically the purpose that I mentioned. Someone could make a who's going to not want to come to Australia for more than 1 week? And if you're going to come for a week, why would you stay in Adelaide? Give yourself a proper holiday and add another city, right? Have you got anyone who's from Adelaide? Oh, there's only one person from Adelaide. Two. Yeah, and Alice, of course. Alice herself.
You realise you're doing the last one. All the music sees this.
Hi, Adelaide.
You should stop recording. It's done.
We haven't gone to the pub yet.
Should we bring the beers here?
Yeah, where's the space beer, Jason?
Did you buy some?
Jason is the only is part inventor of the only beer ever to be served at zero gravity. See him later. Anything else?
I think finished.
Anything else?
Done.
Right, we're done. Thank you very much, everybody.